back to That Dad Guy. It's April 17th, 2024, and it's about 5 degrees outside. So it's not super warm, but so that's why I'm kind of in a sweater again. But it's kind of overcast today, which has been the last few days too, for that matter. So I guess it's just spring weather. I do notice that there are some tulips popping up in my front yard. The flower's not there yet, but the greenery has poked through the ground. So hopefully we'll start to see some color in the flower beds. But I do need to go out there and get rid of some of the leaves and some of the branches that are left over from the winter. So there's some cleaning that needs to be done on a day that's nice and dry. So that's next to do, I guess. Well, let's get to today. Let's talk about yesterday right off the bat. Yesterday, I started to show you some of the things that I bought at the stamp auction over the weekend. So there was a clear cigar case full of Canadian stamps that were off paper. It was a big job. I went through that, but I showed you what was in that case. I did put it out there asking what else you guys wanted to see, and postcards came up. So I'm kind of doing a mixed bag in this video. I've got about three different things that I won at the auction that I'll talk about and show you today. And what else do we have? Oh yeah, don't forget the last video too. If you haven't watched it, go check it out. There is a re-giveaway. What's a re-giveaway? Well, what we did with Liverpool Stamps for Stamp of the Month was had a giveaway for it, and we had a person win, and they've decided to up the ante. So Phoebe McGee, if you're not following them on Instagram, go follow her, Jennifer. She goes by Phoebe McGee on Instagram, and she is doing a special painting and adding it to the stamps and first day covers and things that we were going to give away. And so on the 29th, I will be doing a redraw for that, including Jennifer's original piece of artwork. So all you had to do for that was comment Jennifer in that video, not this video. Don't write Jennifer in this video. It won't get you anywhere. But if you write Jennifer in yesterday's video, you'll be entered to win. All right, let's get to what's going on here right after you like, subscribe, leave positive comments, share with other people, put the notification bell on. Let's start with postcards. So I got this little binder of cards for $5. I was the only person to bid on it, and I won. So I put the minimum bid in. So I thought, well, let's flip this camera around and you can see exactly what I got. Somebody was a postcard collector, so we've got some desert postcards, and you can see on the other side, and they've never been sent out, they've just been collected. These ones have had something written on them. Monument Valley in Utah, and went to the top of the lookout at the Grand Canyon National Park. So that's what that is, Grand Canyon National Park in Utah. Here it looks like Disney World or Disneyland, early Disney cards. And then a Jesus card. So yeah, so Walt Disney World, I would say these are kind of original ones based on what they look like. The Ontario Pavilion, so there's a Canadian one. I don't remember the Ontario Pavilion looking like that, so it must have been redone since. And then we've got some puffins, some more rocks, some flamingos, a church steeple. Hopefully this isn't getting you seasick. This is Percy's Rock in Quebec. Bear River, Switzerland. Bear River, the Switzerland of Nova Scotia. Okay, let's look at that one again. What's the Switzerland? Okay, that's Nova Scotia. That's Percy's Rock in Quebec. Newspaper Rock in Arizona, and the Stately Park Flamingos. Okay. And then we have a nice ship, the Sunken Gardens. Someone had a really nice trip. There's Ottawa, Canada. So these postcards are from everywhere. All these are not signed or anything on it, so I probably will be sending these out through post crossing. So if you're looking for real vintage postcards, I might have some coming your way. It's not a Percy's Rock. You can see on the back there. Some nice old images here. And I can tell you they're not all blank. These ones are all blank so far. but I know there are some that have been sent out. This one almost looks like a first day cover. Let's turn that around. Wren Building College. So it is kind of a first day cover. Some of these things look vaguely familiar. What is that one? The Sinbad Motel in St. Petersburg, Florida. So I would say we've had some people that have been traveling between Quebec and Florida. It's a nice winter one. People lounging by the pool and on the diving board. And some of these hotels may not exist anymore. The Windsor Hotel in Montreal. Some of these are AAA postcards. People like sunsets, that would be a good one to send. Here's a longer one. It's been bent in the middle of a motel. Well, these ones have been sent, so you can see 1957 is when this was sent. This one was sent from Montreal. 1964. That was in 1963 from the US. This is an older stamp. 1931. What card was that? That was a card that's actually hidden in behind. Horseshoe Falls from Niagara Falls. Very nice. Mailed to Nova Scotia. This one looks like the old course in Scotland, if I had to guess. And then these, Pony Express, 1977. This side of the card is for the address, just in case you didn't know where the stamp is. That's where the address goes. So, the backs of these are almost as interesting as the front. What's that say? 1924, half penny. In July. Wall Street Journal. Hotels and Inns. US stamp, not quite as old, I would say. So actually you get a really good, clear, crisp. 1972, Canada, the stamp's been torn in that one. And this one, the stamp's completely missing from 1955. Someone's taken the stamp right off. And if we look at the last ones, what do we have here? Trolley car, native, and then passes for North Wales. Another one from the States. This one here, the stamp is gone again. 1930s, the stamp was, so it was mailed from Kingston, Jamaica, so it would have been a nice Jamaican stamp on there originally. And then the last one is this one here. It's a nice Silver Jubilee, 1977. I think I did all right on that. I think I've got a lot of cards that I'll be able to send off to people. Do it this way. And I have a few keepsake cards. Some people say, well, will you take the stamps off them? Probably not. They're pretty common stamps, so why ruin the postcard? But as you can see, some people have, for the earlier stamps, have already taken them off. All right, $5 for that. All right, the next $5 purchase I had was this pack of things. First thing, this modern large sheet. It's just a booklet with protective sheets inside. This is where you, if you were to buy a souvenir sheet of stamps, you might put it in. And look, inside was this souvenir sheet. I don't know if they knew that when they put it up, but there is a souvenir sheet from Austria. And there are the stamps. You can see them clearly. A mint sheet, never been cut. It was inside the pages of this booklet. I like on the back too, there's a millimeter scale or a centimeter scale. There's even a perforation chart for calculations. So nice gauge there. So that was kind of a throw-in bonus, I think, for the lot. And then it was set up as a Millennium package. And inside of it, there were a whole bunch of postcards. So we've talked about these type of postcards before. Every time I hear about them, like they're PQRs or something, I can't remember what it is. You guys know, you'll throw it in the comments already. I've made questions about them before. Nice bird postcards. None of these have anything on the back. They're blank. They're all set to go. There was a couple of that one. I see these most from Jilly B, of Jilly B living her life her way. She buys new stamps when they come out, and she buys the postcards that go with them too. So sometimes we have postcards like that here in Canada. Mostly they're the prepaid postcards that come out. So I don't tend to get those. So we've got a few floral ones. We have a few bird ones. We have a manor. A nice buggy walk. And you guys might say, hey, I know that stamp, or I have that stamp already. I'm not sure if these stamps are in my father's collection or not. But now the postcards are in my collection. And they're going to be great to send off to other people. Especially people that are interested in stamps or a topical theme. Maybe they're interested in churches or sailboats or fishing. But if I was to go to a shop and buy a postcard, it would probably cost me about $1 here. Even if I went to the dollar store or something like that. A bit more if I went to a souvenir or someplace touristy. It would cost more. But here I've got all these postcards, plus that souvenir sheet from Austria. And I still have something else to show you coming up for $5. So I kind of learned at the auction, if you just want things, in my case, there's some things I want to get so I can send to other people. And it's a bargain for me just to pay a small amount and hopefully get it. And maybe not fight too much for it. Like this one here, I don't know. I put $5 on it. Had someone upbid me and put it to $10 or $7. I don't know if I would have went any higher. I just kind of like putting in the minimum bid and then walking away. The other thing was this packet, and it is a sealed first day covers. There's 3 official first day covers in here, which originally sold for $2.99 24 years ago. It's been wrapped, sealed for all that time. I don't think I'm going to open it. I think I'm going to leave it as is, and whether I send it to somebody as a keepsake or I don't know. It just seems that if it's been sealed for almost a quarter of a century, it'd be a shame just to open it. So I'm going to leave it sealed. The other thing not sealed was this tin can, a right nice Millennium tin can. I can open that because it is already open. There's the tin can, and we can just pry it open. Inside, you can see there's a little blurb about what's there, talking about the official Millennium keepsake. The arrival of the new millennium is a time not only to reflect on the remarkable forces that have shaped our past, but also to renew our hope in the possibilities of the future. Canada Post's official Millennium keepsake contains 3 unique souvenir stamps. It was created especially to celebrate the singular moment in our history. The timeless message of peace is found in the dove, printed from the classic steel engraving, the Serenity. So inside, there is a coin. I'm showing you, I don't know I'm touching it, but just showing you. Now it's throwing it on the ground, or on the table. All right, I thought it would be easier to do it that way. Let's do it this way. Very nice and shiny. We have the maple leaf on that side. So that's in the center of the box. And then there was this dove. And inside that, there's I celebrate in the company of a little message that you could send or to give to someone. But they were souvenir sheets. This souvenir sheet, beautiful dove, you can see, nice and mint, never been used. And there is this dove. And finally, there's this hologram one that came out in 1999. You see the dove flapping there. So all those wonderful things were to be found inside that tin. I'm just going to put them back in their little container to protect them, and then back in this sleeve. So that was another set that I got of things. The final thing I thought I would show you and talk about is the Unitrade magazine. So here in Canada, or generally in North America, we use Scott catalogs. And inside you can see all the countries between C and F. So if I wanted to go to Canada, I would take this one. I would open it up to the Canada section, and inside it would tell me the prices up to 2009, what they were worth, and a little bit about them. Generally a backdrop of Canadian stamps, or all stamps C to F in this particular case. So that we use. But sometimes people talk about, did you go to the Unitrade catalog? I never had a Unitrade catalog until now for $5. So yeah, these are like $100 books. This one's from 2014, so it's a little newer than the Scott catalogs that I'm using, which I also got in an auction, by the way. And I think I got a whole complete set, which is usually valued at over $1,000 if you were to buy them. I think I paid $35 back at the time. You'd have to go back and check that video to see what it was, but I did very well. So I got this one, $5. And it's got all of Canada. You can see all of Canada is bigger than this because this goes into way more detail. This is if you collect complete blocks, sheets, booklets. They're all in here. All the different variations you're going to find. In yesterday's video, I talked about a set of 3 stamps I found inside that cigar box. 2 of them were 1-cent stamps, and the other one was an 8-cent, I believe. And it was all connected together on a coil, and I thought it's odd. Why did this happen, or is this something one-off? Well, I believe it was Gary in British Columbia sent me a message and he said, if you go to the Unitrade catalog for 1974, you'll see that Canada Post did issue booklets that were with mixed values in it. We don't really do that anymore. If you want to buy a 92-cent stamp, you're going to get a book of 92-cent stamps. They're not going to be mixed with $1.30 and 271s. But in 1974 they did, and you could find that by going to this book. And all that information is in there, and much, much more. You can see there, you want to buy a full sheet booklet. These ones are the ones that you could print your own images in. So those stamps came out. So I figured for the bargain price of a minimum bid, I now have that catalog, so I can use that as a reference material if I want to go to that. I can do that. So that is what I did. What do I have left to show you? Well, I still have a box of Canadian off paper mixed. Well, there's a big brown box filled with Canadian stamps. I still have that to show you. I have a US collection of stamps that I bought. It came in a red album. That's still available to show you. Oh, I also got 2 big books of Reader's Digests that have history of US first day covers inside of it. So those are all things that you may want to see. And if you do, leave a comment. Let me know which one of those 3 things you'd like me to do a video on next. We're kind of running out of days this week, so these videos may continue into next week, because on this weekend, I've got the car show to show you. This week's mail, of course, coming in for Post Crossing on Friday. Saturday, I'm hoping to do the live stream and maybe do it from the car show, so that will happen. And then I still have some postcards to write on Sunday. I still have some postcards for direct swaps I've got to do this week. That might be a tomorrow project too if I don't get to it today. We shall see. But I wanted to show you this stuff to get it out there. I also wanted to continue to promote the giveaway that's going to happen on the 29th. So you go back in the last video and leave your comment, Jennifer, in there. Yeah, there's all sorts of things going on. Really happy about it. I've even gotten some laundry done today and ran the dishwasher. So I think I'm deserving a break after I edit this video and get it out to you. What do you think? Anyways, have a magical week. What, Polo? You say like, subscribe, share, and tell all your friends?
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?